get up on your feet. What you need to do is catch up with them. Bounce, man, get up on your feet and help me get it.
It was supposed to be a treat.It, turned into the night from hell.A. friend bought 2 tickets to a play and persuaded me, against my better judgment, to go along. We met in the lobby of an expensively restored theatre in North Yorkshire.You, know the sort of place? Buoyed by taxpayers' money and lottery funding. Since when is bad panto culture? But still, the furniture in the bar is like something you'd find in an NHS waiting room. I tried to buy a drink to null the pain of the awful carpet, but was told the bar doesn't take cards. The star of the one-man show had obviously never been to drama school, as he hadn't learned how to project. I couldn't hear a word.But, still people laughed, showing their tonsils and their ignorance. After they spilled out into the cold, warmed by smugness.I had sworn that I would never, ever again see a play, as I've been to too many times before. The West End musical with a Hollywood star, where the ticket was over £100. Drinks at the interval cost £45 for 2, and there wasn't even a live band. Oh, and War Horse. Old women in the audience were weeping at the plight of the puppets, while all I could think was the actor who played the hero had obviously never met a real horse in his life. No one would move so extravagantly around such a sensitive creature, with so little respect. I kept wishing he'd get kicked in the head.You. You might wonder why I've spent so much time at the theatre, when I loathe it so profoundly. My problems began when I moved to London aged 18, and shared a flat with drama students. This inevitably meant I got dragged along to every performance to show my support. To Stratford-upon-Avon to see Tim, who'd go on to star in 4 weddings and a funeral. I fell asleep, which wouldn't have mattered had the production not been in the round, and had I not been front row. I went to see Rupert Everett when he was just starting out in another country, mainly because I fancied him, and he had offered me, not just a comp, but to come backstage for drinks. He didn't bother mentioning he was gay. I missed an episode of Dallas. I've been moved by the stage a mere handful of times. Ian McKellen invented the Royal Court.An early 1980s production of A Midsummer Night's Dream in Regent's Park. It made me cry with laughter. Then there was Andrea Bocelli singing Tirandit on a starlit night in Tuscany. It made me think of my dad, who discovered opera when posted to Italy during the war. Oh, how he would have loved that night.And. Finally, there was the time I saw a chorus line in the West End, while I was still at school. I was so captivated that I spent the next decade in leg warmers. I applied to RADA in secret. My soliloquy was Juliet, of course. On. The morning of my audition, I woke to the news John Lennon had been shot. I was so shocked, I just stood on the tube platform, unable to board the train. I never made the audition. Who on earth would want to be famous now? His death sealed my fate. Which all makes it sound as though I love the stage, and I do, but only when it's magical. And because it's so memorable when it works, it's so disappointing when it's mediocre, or involves oil drums. Oh dear God. It is just you, in a binge-A graph choice with Margaret and Tony. Retro heaven.And. Not one person squeezing past your knees because they're incontinent.